Hello, everybody. It's that time of day again. It's story time. I've got my frumpy reading sweater on. Let's see. Let's see what we got to drink today. A nice glass of cool water. Okay. We need a book. I'll get a book. Okay, need some reading glasses here. Today's story, is from Good Guy 5 Minute Stories. Okay, let's see what we got here. Today we're going to read Space Boy by Landry. Okay, let's see how that goes. The moon shined brightly as Nicholas readied for bed. This is what he could hear: his baby sister crying in her crib, the dog barking to be let out, the radio blaring on the front porch. Even the noises from his neighborhood floated through his open window. Too loud, thought Nicholas, holding his ears, and I'm not going to bed. In that moment, Nicholas made a decision. He tiptoed quietly to the kitchen. He packed 2 cheese and tomato sandwiches, 1 bottle of water, and a bunch of grapes and a cookie. He fit the food nicely into his lunchbox along with a napkin. Next, Nicholas got dressed. First, he climbed into a spacesuit. Then he put on his space boots. At last, he put on a space helmet. Nicholas read his list aloud to make sure he was ready. Then Nicholas walked outside to the backyard and climbed into his rocket. He strapped himself in and prepared for takeoff. Nicholas knew exactly which buttons to push and when to push them. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! He shouted. The rocket soared into space. Nicholas turned and looked out the window. Below, he could see the noisy world slowly fall away. Above, he saw the moon. Almost there, he thought. The rocket touched down gently on the lunar surface. Nicholas opened the hatch, climbed down the ladder, and stepped onto the cold, dusty landscape. It was so quiet on the moon. This is what Nicholas could not hear: his baby sister crying, the dog barking, or the radio blaring. How nice, thought Nicholas. He spread out his blanket and unpacked his snack. The lack of gravity was a problem. The tomato slices rose softly into the atmosphere. They looked as big and round as the earth as they slowly floated away. Nicholas held on to his sandwich and ate what was left. He ate his grapes, took a sip of water, and saved his cookie for last. Delicious, he said to himself. When he had finished, Nicholas went for a moonwalk. He bounded across huge craters and scaled miniature mountains. The beautiful blue earth appeared behind every peak, silent and peaceful. As Nicholas walked, he looked back at his footprints in the soft lunar surface. Just like the footprints at the beach, he thought, remembering how he had helped his baby sister take her very first steps towards the ocean in the cool, wet sand. Nicholas continued his walk. The vast, wide-open spaces on the moon reminded him of his dog. Wouldn't he just love to run and run and run with no end in sight, Nicholas thought, though he would probably miss the green grass of our yard. And seeing the earth again, Nicholas remembered those warm summer nights when his family sat out on the porch in the light of the full moon. This moon. His moonwalk had brought him back to his spaceship. Back to the ladder went Nicholas. He climbed through the hatch and strapped himself in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! He shouted. The rocket soared into space. Nicholas could see the craters and valleys of the silent moon slowly fall away. Ahead, he saw the Earth. Soon the rocket touched down gently in his backyard. Nicholas opened the hatch, climbed down the ladder, and stepped onto the moonlit grass. He went into his room, took off his spacesuit, his space helmet, and his space boots. He tiptoed gently down the hallway. This is what he could see. His baby sister sleeping in her crib. The dog curled snugly in his bed. His parents sitting together on the porch listening to the radio. It was a lovely evening. I'm ready for bed now, Nicholas told his parents. Good night. Good night, Nicholas, said his parents. It was good to be home. Well, that's the end of the story. That's quite an adventure to be on the moon and have a picnic, isn't it? Well, I hope you have a great day. You take care of one another. You take care of yourself. And I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.